Red Dragons and the Eagles on Monday Night Prime Time.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago where the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Tressway now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Marcus Davenport. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 11 catches, 129 yards, and he threw a touchdown in there for good measure.
And aren't we approaching the halfway point of the season? I mean, we're midway through this one, and we're seeing big numbers from him just about every week, and that's why he's leading the league.
It's a second down run with Sanders, and he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Off play action, Wheatley. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Tressway now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 127 yards, and a score.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Wheatley. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, Where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Back to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. He'll look to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now Jones. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Jones again, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Red Dragons have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Wheatley. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, It always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Sanders, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Off the play fake, Wheatley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wheatley. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. Smith catches left side. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Set for the 2nd quarter, San Diego in possession of the football. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll set up a throw. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Let's go, baby.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So 2 1st downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Franklin. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On first down, Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 37. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. The give is to Jones. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jones about 3 yards there to the 27. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. This is Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. Butker's kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Wheatley. Over the middle. That's caught by Adams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the gun on third down. Wheatley looking here for Smith downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for Philly. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything that they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run. It's Sanders. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2nd and 8 coming up. Running left with Snell. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Wheatley. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Now Jones. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking. And I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. Oh, what a move. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have another 1st down and more. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Let's go. Let's go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Touchdown. It's complete. Jonnu Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Red Dragons are able to extend their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wheatley. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And once again, this is Sanders. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point forthcoming. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now Jones. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. They'll look to throw here. This is swung out to Eckler, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Back to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Austin Eckler as the first half is winding down. And the Red Dragons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Juju Smith-Schuster, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Trey Lance, strong as ever, as his guys finished off the first half at 7-1. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Ezekiel Elliott, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
Let's go.
And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
On third down, here's Jones. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score.
He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Adams, 84 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort it results in the touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Back to throw here. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play there on third down.
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They're going to look to throw. Touchdown!
Colby Parkinson.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Red Dragons add 6 to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On second down, it's Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Again, it's Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
We got this.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. Jones, he'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second down, another shot for Jones. He stiff arms him, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 101 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Off play action. Wheatley. This is Smith with a grab. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Quiddy Pay.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Charles, this one, not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Throwing on first down. Wheatley. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll run with Sanders, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Penny. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
And they'll try to run the option here. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
6 yards left on second down.
A give to Jones. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. They'll go again to Jones. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
116 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down, it's Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. The give is to Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
On 3rd down, it's Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And a short gain here down to the 22.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. It's a 39-yard attempt right hash. Butker's kick here is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
On 1st and 10, Wheatley. And his throw here's incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Wheatley. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? That these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then they play big-time games in college. So when they get to the NFL, it's not quite the same, how would you say it, pressure that they felt in years past. And these kids just go out and perform.
And keep in mind, he led them to a road victory here, even more impressive. So for our visitors, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time.